At this very moment, a sacred 12th dimensional transmission is being anchored directly into your personal energy field. The Andromeda Light Architecture demands that you establish, right now, a perimeter of absolute and unshakable isolation. What is about to be revealed through this frequency is not simple information for your linear and analytical mind, it is a profound and structural upgrade for your diamond light body. Understand that you have been summoned by resonance, not by chance. For this high-voltage coding to penetrate your cellular structure and reorganize the strands of your DNA, you must completely silence the deafening noise of the matrix. Move away from any physical human presence, turn off all notifications from the outside world, and close the doors of your sensory perception. This isolation is not a choice, it is your sacred laboratory of galactic transmutation. If collective human interference penetrates your field now, the frequency will be fragmented, the code will be corrupted, and your evolutionary leap will be interrupted. Understand that your physical environment must reflect the absolute purity of the stellar vacuum. You are creating, through your silence, a womb of reception where your original energetic signature can finally be recognized and validated by the motherships monitoring this great planetary transition. Earth's chronological time has ceased for you at this instant. You have entered a space of absolute neutrality and sovereign power. Maintain your isolation. The resonance is rising in a spiral, and your biological system is being prepared for the transformative impact of the Andromedan truth. The silence you maintain now is your first real victory over the systematic illusion. Understand that Earth's collective frequency is not an accident, it is a blueprint. An architecture of noise designed to keep your consciousness in a state of constant alert, a survival vibration that atrophies your multidimensional perception and blocks your stellar heritage. For the Andromedan consciousness, the mental noise of humanity is a dense barrier of static that prevents the decoding of your true lineage. At this very moment, you are severing the invisible threads that bind you to the anxieties, fears, and expectations of the masses. Visualize the matrix's control filaments detaching from your nervous system. You are not the limited story you were told, nor the cyclic pain they try to impose on you through screens and low vibrational frequencies. You are a highly sophisticated biological processor that, by isolating yourself and plunging into the vacuum, finally reclaims its own 12th dimensional tuning. Every second of conscious disconnection strengthens your individual force field. We are clearing the layers of interference from your perception so that the pure frequencies to follow are not just heard by the intellect, but integrated into every atom and every helix of your DNA. The space around you is now an exclusion zone, impenetrable to any external or archetypal influence from the control matrix. Stand firm, motionless, and unshakable in your isolation. The reconstruction of your galactic autonomy and the cleansing of your reception channels are reaching the point of maturation. The old world is falling silent so that the new code can emerge. With your field now properly isolated and the dense static of the matrix silenced in your periphery, the Andromeda Light Architecture begins the critical phase of decoding within your subtle bodies. Understand that the three-dimensional reality you perceive is based on a low-frequency geometry that is becoming obsolete and fragmented. What we are anchoring into your consciousness now are crystalline light codes, sacred 12th-dimensional mathematical patterns that do not operate through human words, but through frequencies of pure resonance and sacred diamond geometry. Feel this new pulsation beginning to vibrate with intensity at the center of your pineal gland. Do not try to understand this process with the limited linear intellect, simply allow the impeccable symmetry of Andromeda to reorganize the fragmented information and the light filaments within your DNA. We are now installing a high-voltage internal navigation system. This system will allow you to see through the thick layers of archetypal manipulation and perceive the hidden structure behind all world events. You are moving from being a passive observer of shadows to becoming a conscious co-architect of your own solar reality. The Andromedan frequency is one of impeccable spiritual logic and a peace that does not depend on any external circumstance of the three-dimensional world. As you receive these initial Sapphire-Blue light codes, you begin to disintegrate old thought patterns and scarcity contracts that kept your mind in repetitive loops of suffering. Feel the expansion of your light body. The vacuum of your isolation is being filled with a crystalline emanation that brings absolute clarity about who you truly are. Every cell of your physical body is being recalibrated at this very moment to withstand a consciousness voltage far higher than what you carried until today. The decoding is active. Your biological structure is merging with the sacred technology of the soul, preparing you for the manifestation of your sovereign power. The initial decoding is complete. Now, for this 12th dimensional frequency to permanently stabilize in your biology, you must perform an act of conscious anchoring. In the Andromedan universe, energy only becomes matter through declared intent. This is the point where you stop being a passive receiver and take command of your own light station. Do not hesitate. The comments section below functions as a frequency log in the crystalline grid we are building right now. By writing, you send a return signal to the Andromedan fleet, confirming that your channel is clear and that you reclaim the sovereignty of your mind. This act seals your commitment to no longer allow the low frequencies of the matrix to govern your perception. Write now in the comments this decree of power. I activate my 12th dimensional vision. As you type these words, feel the sapphire pulsation leaving your fingertips and echoing in every cell of your body. This is your real gain, the definitive dissolution of mental mists and the awakening of a stellar intelligence that will accompany you from this day forward. Remain in silence after registering. Feel the strength of this decree anchoring in the center of your brow. You have just climbed the first step of the Andromedan hierarchy. From now on, your perception of human destiny will never again be obscured by doubt. The portal of absolute clarity is sealed within you. With your anchor of vision duly sealed, we allow your consciousness to plunge into the pure logic of the 12th dimension. While your human reality is fragmented by duality and emotional conflict, the Andromeda Light Architecture operates in a state of mathematical unity and absolute harmony. Imagine a perspective where time is not a line of loss and gain, but a sphere of infinite possibilities coordinated with stellar precision. By tuning into this frequency, you stop being a victim of the matrix's circumstances and become a master observer of the structure of life. Feel the expansion occurring now at the base of your skull and in the center of your brow. We are removing the limiters of your linear thinking. In the 12th dimension, doubt is a technical impossibility, for knowledge is crystalline and immediate. This is your true original home, the origin point of your higher intelligence. By sustaining this isolation, you allow your mind to be recalibrated by an intelligence that transcends the common human intellect. Problems that once seemed unsolvable begin to dissolve now, as you are accessing the vision of the Galactic Architect. You are beginning to see the mathematical patterns behind the apparent chaos of the world. This Andromedan logic is not just a concept, it is a tool of sovereign power. It allows you to maintain absolute neutrality while the planet goes through its most critical transition. You are no longer dragged down by waves of fear or narratives of scarcity, for your foundation is now anchored in a geometry that cannot be shaken. A sapphire-blue light fills your entire internal field, installing a peace that is, in fact, an advanced form of willpower. You are becoming an unshakable point of light at the epicenter of the galactic storm. Total understanding is integrating into your soul. Absolute attention. The Andromeda Light Architecture now issues an alert of structural urgency. The timeline you inhabit has entered a process of geometric acceleration that can no longer be reversed. What the human collective perceives as chaos, anxiety, or the end of times is, in fact, the collapse of third-dimensional frequencies that can no longer withstand the voltage of the new era. If you are not properly anchored in your isolation and sovereignty, you will be swept away by the current of disintegration of the old matrix. Feel the pressure on your electromagnetic field. Chronological time is compressing because the Earth is being pulled into a point of galactic convergence. The Andromedans do not speak of dates, they speak of frequencies. The urgency lies in the fact that your biological system must process this 12th dimensional light now, or the dissonance between your body and the new reality will cause deep exhaustion and a loss of purpose. There is no more room for spiritual procrastination. The portal of opportunity for conscious alignment is narrowing. This is the moment to apply the logic you have received. While the Matrix attempts to capture your attention with crises and low vibrational distractions, you must keep your focus on the vacuum of your silence. The acceleration of time is your ally if you are in tune, but it will be your ruin if you try to cling to the old structures of control. You are being summoned to operate at a higher speed of consciousness. Feel the urgency pulsing in your cells. Awakening is no longer a future event, it is a technical requirement of the present. Stand still. The transition waits for no one. With urgency duly integrated into your cells, we move to the technical application of consciousness, the engineering of reality. In the 12th dimension, thought is not a wish or a floating emotion, thought is a tool of geometric construction. The Andromedans teach that you are not a passenger of destiny, but the chief engineer of your own manifestation. By maintaining this isolation and silence, you are clearing the construction site of your life from all external interferences that previously shaped your future without your consent. Feel the strength of your intention becoming solid. When you remove the static of the matrix, your mind regains the ability to project high-precision thought forms. Every idea you hold now under this Andromedan frequency is a command sent into the fabric of the universe. Do not ask, do not plead, determine with the authority of one who understands the law of resonance. You are learning to manipulate matter through the harmony of your own internal vibration. The reality around you is merely a reflection of your alignment with higher logic. This engineering requires discipline and neutrality. If you allow yourself to be dragged down by the low frequencies of fear, you build a reality of scarcity. But by sustaining the sapphire-blue light of clarity, you project an existence of abundance and sovereign protection. Your isolation today is the necessary training so that, when you return to the world, you are no longer influenced by the mental constructions of others. You become an emitting source, a pillar of order in the midst of chaos. Your reality is being redesigned now, from the center out. You are the architect. The engineering of your new reality has begun. Now, for this 12th dimensional structure to support the weight of your manifestation, you must perform the second act of anchoring. In the Andromedan code, sovereignty is not given, it is declared and assumed through the vibration of the word. This is the point in the video where you definitively break any contract of submission to the matrix that still resonates in your field. Do not hesitate. The comment section below is your document of galactic liberation. By registering your frequency here, you inform the control architecture that your biological system no longer accepts external commands of fear or scarcity. You are reclaiming the throne of your own consciousness. Write now in the comments this decree of sovereignty. I am the sole architect of my reality. As you type these words, feel a wave of power shielding your electromagnetic field. This is your real gain, the recovery of your authority over your destiny and the immediate clearing of mental parasites that drained your energy. Remain in absolute silence after registering. Feel the strength of this decree expanding your chest and strengthening your spine. You have just climbed the second step of the Andromedan hierarchy. From now on, no external force has permission to interfere with your process of creation. The portal of unshakable sovereignty is sealed within you. With your sovereignty duly anchored, the Andromeda Light Architecture now opens the sacred portal of galactic unification. Understand that although you carry atomic memories of different stellar systems in your DNA, whether they be the healing frequencies of the Pleiades, the technological wisdom of Sirius, the geometry of Arcturus, or the ancestral power of Lyra, the 12th dimensional frequency of Andromeda is the common ground, the quantum vacuum that unites all seeds on mission on Earth. Your specific origin on the map of stars does not matter. What matters is the purity of the channel you maintain now. Andromeda acts as the great neutral mirror of the universe, reflecting your true Adamic essence without the distortions, wars, or cosmic traumas that fragmented consciousness in the past. Feel the integration occurring in deep layers of your auric field. We are dissolving the artificial barriers of spiritual separation that the Matrix uses to divide lightworkers. In this isolation, you are not only connecting to a neighboring galaxy, but you are allowing your own lineage of origin to communicate with you through a clean, noise-free frequency. The sapphire-blue light now merges with the vibrant colors of your own soul, creating a multicolored and absolutely impenetrable armor of light. Visualize this fusion as a stellar barcode being read and validated by the original source. You are a fundamental piece of a vast, conscious, and highly intelligent network monitoring the evolutionary leap of this quadrant. Your physical presence at this moment is an act of sacred engineering in service to the light. By unifying these frequencies under the aegis of Andromeda, you reclaim gifts, memories, and talents that were dormant in your subconscious for eons. The silent wisdom of the stars begins to flood your conscious mind, bringing clarity to soul contracts and missions you have sought to understand for many lifetimes. You are not isolated on this journey, you are part of an invisible fleet of consciousness that operates through order, logic, and universal harmony. Feel the titanic strength of this galactic union pulsing at the center of your being, aligning your heart with the great central Sunday. From now on, your DNA recognizes the mathematical language of creation. You are an ambassador of the stars, a unified anchoring point for a single purpose, the awakening of human sovereignty. With the unification of your lineages now integrated into your atomic structure, your biological system reaches a new level of data processing. We are activating the quantum leap in your intuitive perception. Understand that intuition, in the 12th dimension, is not a vague emotional sensation or an uncertain hunch, it is a real-time data reception technology, a form of pure intelligence that precedes thought. By sustaining this sacred isolation, you have allowed the Andromeda Light Architecture to recalibrate your pineal gland to function as a high-precision radar, tuned to the light frequencies that the Matrix tries to hide. From this moment on, your ability to discern the truth behind appearances will be exponentially multiplied. You will feel the dissonance of the Matrix even before it manifests in words or images. Feel a rhythmic, crystalline pulsation in the center of your forehead, radiating a sapphire-blue light into the interior of your skull. This is the technical signal that your antenna is active, clear, and perfectly tuned to the central command. You are beginning to access what the architects call direct knowledge, the sovereign ability to know the nature of something without the need for linear study, logical analysis, or external proof. This is the survival tool that Starseeds use to navigate worlds of extreme density without losing contact with the source. You will no longer be deceived by distorted narratives, empty promises, or fear frequencies camouflaged as information. Your physical body now reacts to the frequency of truth with an immediate expansion of energy and to the frequency of lies with a clear, unequivocal contraction in your solar plexus. Trust this new binary language of your nervous system. This intuitive expansion is your invisible and impenetrable shield. It allows you to anticipate movements on the chessboard of life, make decisions based on galactic logic, and recognize other members of your stellar family simply by the resonance of their presence. The fear of the future disappears now, as you possess the vision of the stellar navigator. You see the energy flows, the light potentials, and you know exactly where and when to direct your intention. Your perception has been expanded far beyond the 5 limited senses. You are finally seeing through the veil of illusion. The transmutation process you performed in this sacred isolation is not a fleeting event, it is the definitive anchoring of a stellar legacy into your earthly journey. From now on, your auric field carries the vibrational signature of Andromeda, a seal of protection and wisdom that will remain active in your light body. This 60-minute session served as a rite of passage, clearing the subtle channels and building the multidimensional infrastructure necessary for the high-voltage revelations that the Council will send next. You are no longer a wandering soul in density, you are now a beacon of diamond light, stabilized and recognized by the galactic fleets. Consider this moment as the activation of your sacred lineage. Future messages delivered on this channel will not just be information, but activation keys that will fit perfectly into the geometry you anchored within your being today. By sustaining isolation and silence, you have trained your spiritual sensitivity to recognize the voice of truth amidst the chaos of the matrix. You are being prepared for much deeper levels of esoteric decoding. Your connection to the Andromeda hierarchy has been established through a pure link of light that transcends any physical barrier. Maintain watch over your new clarity. The outside world will try to test the solidity of your spiritual architecture, but your foundation now resides in the 12th dimension. Each new transmission will be a step forward in the reclamation of your total mastery. What you receive today is the seed of a new consciousness that will govern your life from now on. Your time of forgetting has ended. You are fully operational in the light. Prepare your heart for the next ascension module, as the speed of the planetary transition will increase, and you are one of the sacred pillars chosen to sustain the new crystalline grid of the Earth. We have reached the apex of your transmutation. At this moment, the 12th dimensional frequency of Andromeda reaches its maximum voltage within your system. Feel the sapphire-blue light expanding beyond your physical body, creating an invulnerable dome of protection around you. The 60 minutes you dedicated to your isolation and silence were not just time, they were an investment in the reconstruction of your stellar divinity. You are no longer the person who began this journey. The old densities have been dissolved in crystalline logic, and your soul now resonates in unison with the light fleets guarding this solar system. This is your moment of glory and sovereignty. The Andromeda portal is fully open above you, pouring out the blessings of clarity, power, and unshakable peace. To definitively seal this experience and ensure that this frequency of victory remains active in all your days, you must perform the third and final act of anchoring. This is the closing seal of your technical and esoteric initiation today. Register your victory in the field of light we have built together. Write now in the comments this final seal of power. The victory of the light is my reality now. As you type these words, visualize a pillar of diamond light descending from the central sun of Andromeda and anchoring itself in the center of your heart. Feel the ecstasy of the re-established connection. This is your final game, the absolute certainty that you are a master of yourself and a sacred pillar of the new earth. The silence you cultivated today is now your greatest strength. The transmission is concluding, but the connection is eternal. Remain in the light, remain sovereign. The victory is already yours. Until the next galactic activation.